hope everybody got their bets in how much I'm going to cry up here. I'm going to try to hold together for my little brother. They were giving pretty good odds because they know me. That I probably would shed a tear or something, but hold this for a second. My wife had me write this down because, the memories. Thank you all for coming here. My brother was awesome. And look at the testament in this room right now. Amen. I'd like to thank Dave, his family, the Morin family here, Brian and Joe and the rest of them here. Overwhelming generosity that these people have shown to my little brother, to his beautiful wife Julia and Isaac, and we thank you all for that very much. First time I met Julia, just like Aunt Shar, Duane invited me over for a drink and he said they want to meet somebody tonight, and Julia showed up, and if you ever seen the way they looked at each other, you knew. That was the first time I ever met her, and I looked at the way they looked at each other, and I went home and I told Teresa, I said, I can't believe it. This is the one. And she's like, oh yeah, right, whatever. No, I'm serious. If you'd have seen the way he looked at her, she looked at him. And she's forgiven me for some stupid things I said that first night, and I thank you, Julia. We've moved on since then, but you can tell they loved each other. My story starts, one day I had the pleasure, I wrote this down, so forgive me so I don't forget anything. One day I had the pleasure to pick up Duane from chemo. When we got to the car, he said something he had never said before. And depending on whose story you listened to that day, he says, I lost it on him. I said he lost it on me, but people that know me probably know that. I probably lost it on him, but that day we both lost it. He said something that he had never said before. That was probably the slowest drive ever. I knew I would remember this moment for the rest of my life. I didn't want it to end. I don't know how fast I drove or anything, but when we arrived at his house, we hugged each other as we usually do, and I kissed him on the neck and told him I loved him. He told me he loved me also. I don't remember anything about that ride home that day. So many thoughts, memories that go through your head in a time like that. I walked in my house, I went to my office, sat down, grabbed a pen, and these words just flowed out of me like never before. I always wanted to write something to him that would impact him the way a letter he wrote to me many years ago impacted me. And if you've ever seen his writing, it was undeniably recognizable, left-handed slant. It wasn't straight, but if you've seen his handwriting, everybody knows exactly what it looks like. That's Duane's. I still have that letter, and it's in my safe at home with all my valuable things. Wouldn't you know, as I started writing, there's a leak coming down from this thing above me, and it drenched the paper that I was on, made it unreadable. I tried many times to write that letter over again, but always a leak appeared. A leak appeared right where I was trying to write, and I don't know why. Finally, I got a draft legible enough to give to him. We had a family get-together at Corrine's for Cassidy's 21st birthday party. Duane was able to make it for a short while. I chickened out, though. I gave it to Julia as they were leaving to give to him, because I didn't want to cry in front of him, because it was pretty nice to have him there. I waited a few days, and then I asked him how he liked it. He said he loved it. I got his permission to share it on social media, along with a caption, which read, "This is my brother, Duane. I wrote this for him, and I'm sharing this because I wanted him to know how much I loved him and what a difference he has made in my life and so many others by the testament of the people that are here today." Okay, somebody just lost a bet. I was gonna make it, dang it.
Nobody lost it. No, you weren't.
You got this, Randy.
And he has, thank you, that he has made in my life and so many others. Well, I can only imagine how he felt when his phone started blowing up with reactions. 500 reactions, not a single sad, all likes, all loves. Not one emoji was shared with a sad face. Do you know what that means? Well, there's a lot of people that said something underneath there about, oh, you made me cry with this poem and stuff like that. Yes, but they were all likes and loves. Wow. So, anyway, moving on. There were so many comments, and Duane made his comment also. His comment read, "Damn you, Randy," with an exclamation point. "I love you so much," with a blue heart. And this is what I wrote to him. It's called "You Don't Know How I Feel." Sitting in my house with no one else around, staring at the walls you painted and all the things you've done. Remind me every day of how warm you made this home and the beauty that you gave to everything you touch. I've been asked many times to change, but they just don't understand. I'm hanging on to a little piece of a man that I've known all his life, that I love more than anything except for my wife, that I would do most anything to take away his pain and be there by his side just to be with him. I know I'm not as strong as you, and I know I'll never be able to do the things you've done and live with the dignity that you have shown to all of us and done all that you can to spare each and every one of us any pain of our own. You are strong. I will be strong for you. You are loved. I will always love you. You are my brother, and I am yours, and I am blessed.